Hi, everyone. It's so nice to be here today. What is the purpose of our life? What is the role of ourselves, our work in this total scenario? Why is our society so corrupt and hypocrite and manipulative, so commercial and unjust? No, so many questions and so much restlessness. I was just 19 then, in my third year of architecture, and I wanted to find answers to this. So I went to my parents and told them that I want to take a drop from my architectural education for 1 year and try and find answers to these questions. Oh, they were taken aback. They said they thought that if I take a drop for 1 year, I would disappear in the Himalayas and not come back. So we compromised. I would come home every vacation. I would do a lot of perspective sketches, views, make some money from those views, and then go out on my wanderings, solitary wanderings into places where I didn't know anybody. Any kind of mode of transport was used. I would sleep in the dormitories. I sleep on beaches. I would sleep in the temples or mosques, and sometimes I've even slept on park benches. So, but this wandering and pondering taught me a lot. There was so much learning. There was so much assimilation. There was so much introspection. And so since then, for these past many years, I have understood the value of the immeasurable in our lives. The immeasurable values which are the real thing which decide the nature of our measurable and tangible actions in our work. I also became one with this wholeness of life. I knew my place in this world as a minuscule strand in this fascinating web of life. And so this changed my entire attitude to life and my work. And the greatest connect that I developed from this was my connect to nature. And of course, to whole life. And because of this, it has this connect to nature and oneness with nature has been responsible for many of my decisions in life. For example, after I graduated from CEPT, Ahmedabad, my father called me to his room and he said, "Okay, look, son, you can go abroad to Harvard or MIT for your master's. And this is the money I've kept aside for your travel and all that." I thought about it. I went back to him after a few days and I told him, "I don't want to go abroad. You please give me the money, but because that I can," he said, "What are you going to do with it?" And so with that money, I built a small cottage at the edge of the cliff on the beautiful Western Ghats in the Sahyadri range, just 55 kilometers from my city, Kolhapur. And I used to spend almost 15 days a month there working because as an architect, I don't have to stay in my office all the time. So I would sit there and do my designing, wander around and do my gardening, or sometimes just do nothing. I would go to the city 2-3 times in a month where I would meet my clients, go for site visits, give instructions to my staff. When I would go and pause, I would work here. I had one a place like this in Konkan. Then I had a beach house where I would also do the same kind of thing. Right now I'm at my lake house here. And this has been a continuous thing and it has given me so much energy to work and so much rejuvenation. So that's why I felt that when I do my work, when I design buildings for others, why can't I help in connecting man with nature? Because this is a major concern that I have today is we are suffering from NDD. It's a nature deficit disorder. And so this is, I'll show you some of my projects where I try to connect with nature. This is a site of my house on the lake. And this is how we brought the nature inside. This is my living room at the site, at the same place. This was another site which had an existing tree on the side and a big rock. And a beautiful lake and the hills across. And then I thought, why can't they come into the building, inside the building like this. And these people think it's like magical to live there. This is a large campus for the National Center for Cell Sciences in Pune, where the hill was brought in inside the campus in the form of an articulated amphitheater. This, actually, there was on this side, there was a site for school, a residential school. There are lots of trees. But I like this ficus tree very much, and I built classrooms and hostels around it. After a few years, when I went to talk to the teachers said the students are very happy here. And they told me a very interesting thing. They said that when the kids were asked to write an essay on my best friend, most of the kids wrote an essay on this tree as their best friend. Now, this is what architecture can do. This is what space can do. These kids would hesitate to cut a tree when they grow up because of the rapport that they have built with the tree in their formative years. This was another site in Hyderabad where I was working in the laboratory for the conservation of endangered species. I got so much attached to them and in love with them that I said my building should be a tribute to this million-year-old natural heritage. Then even the bathroom, having nature, living with nature can come into the bathroom, or it could be in the operation theater at one place. Then when I'm so much in connection with nature, and all of us are part of nature, I feel that it is criminal to exploit nature unscrupulously. So I decided to design buildings that were as sustainable as possible with materials which had minimal embodied energy. That means energy used in the sourcing, processing, and transport. So I started using local materials from nearby. Then we also used the materials obtained at the site itself. We didn't import a single stone for these two buildings from outside. We got all the boulders and stones from the site itself. Or then this house which I built for myself in the city, we use all entire this thing. We used waste materials like used tires and used steel. And this is the house. And you will see that even small pieces of waste tiles or flooring tiles have been used to create this flooring pattern. Even the house acts as a renewable resource for food with creepers. Then we have the rainwater harvesting tank, drinking water rainwater harvesting tank, solar cooker, solar heater, and solar power there. We can live a sustainable life by having multiple use of the same space. If a living room can become a dining room at a different time and a bedroom at another time, we save a lot of energy. If we provide good light and ventilation, there's 500,000 square feet of hospital space, but no artificial light, no ventilation, air conditioning is here. See the amount of natural light and grain and ventilation that happens here. The end-use unit energy is less when we have good ventilation and good light. It's a small-scale house. So let's say when we were talking about that hospital earlier, when I'm designing a hospital, I always ask myself, why am I doing it? So can my architecture help in the healing process? When I'm designing a house, I ask myself, can my architecture help in the improving the relationships between people? Courtyards, skylights, courtyards, in different places, different buildings. Another concern of mine and another connect that I wanted to achieve through my work was connect with people. We are losing our connect with fellow human beings. So can I design spaces? Can my architecture help in bringing people closer to each other? Like this is a drug de-addiction center in Pune. The same Hyderabad lab project, the same space being used for interaction. This is at the Institute of Management in Mysore, where the arrival space becomes a place for chance meetings. The amphitheater is used in many different ways for people to sit, yoga, and different jam sessions and whatever. Here, in the first slide, flooring becomes a play because I have inlaid the chessboard in the flooring itself. So the kids just come there and sit there, and or they have music classes under that tree, or informal get together and meeting spaces like this. So when one is sort of connected to this fullness and wholeness of life, a beautiful contentedness descends. And when there is this contentedness within us, the need to have more and more and more disappears. And honesty, integrity, and simplicity happens. Here, simplicity is not something that we reach as a goal. But the simplicity that I'm talking about is the one that we approach when we come nearer to the true meaning of life. So this was very important for me, this simplicity. Like this is my living room at the complex. You will see that if I'm sitting here facing this side, I'm in the living room. If I feel hungry, I just turn around, I'm at the dining table. After the food, I can just lie down here and have my siesta. So life can be very simple. So why not simplify it? Why are we complicating it so much? That's the bedroom. The study, I mean, millions and millions of square feet of space have been designed. The initial design has been done in this way. Another disconnect that I find in today's world is the disconnect with our own selves. I mean, it is very important for us to connect to our inner self, and for that, silence and solitude have been very important for me, and that is why I've always had these places of retreat away from the city, where I can work, and again I come back and expend my energy in the city, but then I go back and recharge myself with nature. So this whole life journey has been a journey of trying to be one with life in its various dimensions, and what a blessing to be on this wonderful life journey that is pristinely independent as well as profoundly interconnected with everything. Thank you.